Hi, everyone. We are so glad that you are here with us today for teaching generative AI and digital skills in content areas with Adobe Express. So we're very happy to have you here with us, and please feel free to interact with my buddy Lee. She is in the chat right now. She has a wrench next to her name. So please use the chat to communicate any questions that you might have. Not to be that YouTube influencer, but we'd love for you to like and subscribe to our EdTech channel down there. All the videos from today, all the trainings will be posted there. So any of the moderators, anybody from the team will have a wrench next to their name. So please feel free to interact and ask those questions that we know that you might have about this topic. We do have some trainings behind us, but we have quite a few trainings in front of us. So we'd love for you to join us if you have that time in your schedule today. If you do not, like I said, if you like and subscribe to the channel, this will be posted later on today. We are very excited to have Daryl Legaspi with us here, doing the training, moderating it for us. So we are very excited to have you with us, Daryl. Thank you for joining us.
What a wonderful introduction. I can just hear the crowd screaming and hollering because they're really excited to learn all about this content in a jam-packed hour session of Unleashing AI Creativity with Adobe Express Plus video. And we're going to talk about how we can incorporate these in separate content areas. Hello. I can't see you all out there, but I know you're there. And welcome. Thanks for spending time with me this morning. I'm really excited. I'm always excited talking about this tool because it's really a tool that kind of showcases itself. You don't really need me because it does amazing things. So let's get to it. I'm going to introduce myself again right here. That's my little picture. Today is Bow Tie Tuesday. I'm not wearing the same bow tie that's on the screen, but it's there. I'm wearing it today. My name is Daryl Legaspi, and I am an experienced designer for a company called Fried Tech. And what does that mean? I create online courses for educators, and every now and then they send me out to do trainings like I'm here today. We work very close with Adobe, and I've been an Adobe user. I use it on my day-to-day, like Premiere Pro, Illustrator, Photoshop, and those are tools that are sort of kind of intimidating, even for me. When I press buttons, I don't really know what it's going to do at the end. But what Adobe has done is they've created a platform where you can create and imagine videos, images, web pages, presentations that are really easy to use. It's such an easy to use platform. You're going to see in just a second why it's so easy. Prior to me working for Fried Tech, I was a middle school science teacher. And back in the day, Adobe Express was called Adobe Spark. I don't know, shout out to you all if you remember that. But now it has evolved into this robust platform of creativity and creation. So I'm excited to showcase what it has to offer. I am going to put, let's see, let me admit my friends in the back, and I'll also put it on the screen here. But there is a link on the screen that we'd love for you to to put in your browser or type on your browser so you can get access to it. And it is a jam-packed hour of fun and a lot of information, but I'm going to leave you with some resources that you can have access to. But there it is. It is case sensitive. It's on the screen, fried.tech/AI-Adobe-PB1. It helps if you put it in a song. Okay, now that's one sound that'll be stuck in your head all day. But there it is. Thank you, John, for putting that on the screen. I'll give you some time to either take a picture, a screenshot, so you have access to that. All right. Okay. I'm gonna show you a little bit about that resource because there is some housekeeping. There's a form that we'd love for you to fill out, so Adobe knows that you attended today's session. And at the end, there'll be another form because you are earning a badge for being here and learning with us today for using generative AI with Adobe Express. All right, so I'm hoping you all got that link and you are now at this resource page. Ta-da! All right, so right here, right below my picture, there is a check-in form. If you all would please click on that link, and it's going to ask you a few questions: who you are, what you do, your grade level, and all that good stuff. I'm going to give you some time to fill that out. And again, this is for Adobe, so Adobe knows that you're here. Very short, very quick. I can sing a song while you do that. Actually, I won't do that because people will leave. I was doing my vocal warm-ups earlier today, so sure. All right. Just heard some. It's me. I was like, is that me playing the music? But that was catchy. So whoever it was, if it was me, no, it was somebody else. So I'll give you some time to fill that out, and then we'll move on. Another 30 seconds or so while I take a sip of water. Depending on what browser you use, it might be best to bookmark it by clicking on the star. And if you don't know how to do that, I can show you. Here it is. I'm going to go back to that link. This is actually a web page created in Adobe Express. So right here, this star allows you to bookmark it so you have it forever, ever, and ever. So we're not going to be following what's on here. I have a presentation for that, but this is just extra resources that you can get to. I've got a few templates that you can use. I also have some AI prompting guides that you can look at that will help you develop the best prompts for your creations. All right, so let's get to the presentation. All right, we're Fried Tech. We're all over the social medias: Facebook, Twitter, X, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. Almost forgot the last one. But yes, follow us at Fried Tech. All right, so what's in store for this next 40-something minutes? We are going to look at the following. Not in this specific order per se, but we are going to hit the following. Looking at video tools available in Adobe Express. I know there was a tool out there that we were all big fans of that existed for years and years, but it disappeared. I'm not going to say the name of it. You all know. So I'm going to show you ways to create videos, or your students to create videos and share them for the world to see. Create with generative AI tools that are available on Adobe Express. And then we're going to focus a lot on templates because there are thousands of templates that Adobe Express has for inspiration. And what I'd like for you to put your mindset in is the creativity. So if you see a template that says science or social studies, find ways like, okay, how can I incorporate this specific template in my content area? And I'll show you ways in which you can do that too. All right. So you are masters at your content, so I'm sure you'll find ways to adapt certain templates to fit your students' needs. All right, so let's get to it. That's a lot on the list. Let's see if we can get it done. Let me know in the chat. This is our Abbott Elementary scale of knowing. What is your comfort level with Adobe Express? 1 meaning I have never heard of this tool before. This is brand new. 2, I've dabbled here and there. I've created a graphic or two, but I'm still, not the best at it. I'm not an expert at it. Or 3, you're a pro. You and your students have been creating content for a long time now. Okay? So let me know in the chat. I see some ones. That's great. Thank you for being here. I would consider myself like a 2.75 because every day, they tend to release new features and say, "Oh, that's new. That's a new button." So I got a 2. All right. I know. Sad RIP Flip. Yeah. I got some 1s and got some 2s. Okie dokie. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting me know that information. So we're going to do a brief tour of the Adobe Express for those of you who told us 1. Let me go on to the next slide. Let's play a little game. You'll let me know in the comments. I have an image here that my team created using text to image in Adobe Express, and you're going to tell me the name of the song. Here we go. Let's do the first one. Can you all guess the name of this song? And then we all can sing it together at the end once you guess it. What is the name of this song? I have a Jeopardy music, but I won't play it because if I play it, we'll get kicked out since we're live on YouTube. I'll give you some time. I'm going to play a drum roll. By the end of this drum roll, someone's going to give me the answer. The correct answer is, what is Purple Rain? Purple Rain. Can you imagine the prompt that we used to create this image? Oh, thank you, Michael. I forget there's a delay. There's a delay. I forget there's a delay. So like a 10-second delay. So I'm going to give you more time. That is correct. It is Purple Rain. The next one here. I'm singing it in my head right now. Super catchy. Here's another drum roll. Texas Hold'em. There you go, Ronald. You got it. Texas Hold'em. Got it. All right. Awesome. You know your pop songs. All right, last one. Actually, I got two more after this one. Next one. Oldie but a goodie. Singing it in my head. Again, these are all created using a feature called text to image. Michael, what does Michael win for guessing all of these so quickly? You get access to this training. There's your prize. All right. Okay, and one last one. I know some people are tempted because they've seen this before, because Courtney did this session, I think, a couple of weeks ago, of this activity. Eye of the Tiger. There you got it. Thank you. So this is a great way to get your students ready in the morning, like as a bell work activity or just to capture their attention. And I can show you how we created these as we go through the presentation using text to image. All right. So why AI with students? AI has been a hot button issue, not issue, but topic for a long one now, the last year and a half. And it's not going anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. But now, how do we get our students ready for this? How do we get our students ready for this educational renaissance with generative AI? So why AI with students? Well, first, it fosters digital citizenship and ethical use. And there's not time in our curriculum to explicitly teach digital citizenship, but we incorporate digital citizenship in our day-to-day when our students are interacting online. So it encourages students to think critically about issues such as intellectual property, data privacy, and the responsible use of AI-generated content. And we believe Adobe Express is a great start for them when they're creating, because they're using generative AI to create, not to provide an answer for them, but to use the power to make their creations a little bit more meaningful, right? A little more creative, more powerful with the images that they create. Enhances creativity and design skills. These tools help students visualize their ideas and experiment with different design elements, fostering a deeper understanding of design principles such as layout, color theory, and typography. So to make things look aesthetically pleasing to the eye, they're using the Adobe Express to achieve that, okay? And boost efficiency and productivity. And we know how AI tools can help us in that aspect to make repetitive tasks a little bit more easier. But it allows students to focus on the creative process and ideas within Adobe Express. So whatever they dream of, they're able to create, okay, with a generative AI. But you might be wondering, okay, it's with great power comes great responsibility, right? How open is this AI feature? Can I just search anything or create anything with a prompt? There are guardrails with generative AI and how it is incorporated within Adobe Express. So there are filters involved in the process and protocols for prompts. And for example, like I tried to search I want an image of Willy Wonka wearing a purple velvet jacket, but it wouldn't do it because, of course, Willy Wonka it's proprietary, right? So we couldn't search that, and other things too. You can imagine what our kids would be creating with the prompts, but there are filters with that. Adobe will not train itself with the images and the creations that you create. Okay. And when you use this tool and you're creating images, you'll notice, I know bias is a hot button issue when it comes to generating images, but they provide diverse images. So diverse communities are represented through high quality images. And we'll see that in just a second. So know that although, generative AI is out there, but Adobe's taking the proper measurements to make sure students and teachers alike will be using it in a responsible way. Okay. All right. So let's try to access Adobe Express. Okay. And I believe this is through Clever, your district portal. You have access to this free, 90 free. I mean, you don't have to pay for it. Your district provides it for you. Such a powerful tool. And we hope that this will be on the tippity top of your EdTech toolbox, because I know you know a bunch of different tools, and Adobe Express will be one of those go-to tools within easy access, within arm's reach. So I'm going to give you some time to get to Adobe Express because we'll be doing some creation. All right. So looking at the chat, it looks like there's a mix of ones and twos. So we're going to do a little brief tour of Adobe Express before we touch on the specifics of generative AI. And my goal is to showcase and the wow, how versatile and adaptable this tool is and how easy it is to use in the classroom. Okay, because I'm going to provide you a whole bunch of different resources to make that happen. Okay. Okie dokie. All righty. I'll give you a few more seconds before we actually jump in to the platform. Okay. If you are in Adobe Express, you should see this screen right here. Okay. This is the screen of wonderment. Come with me and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. And the screen, the dashboard has been this way for a while. Every now and then it changes. Notice here, right there, generative AI. You can create spooky images with AI. I know Halloween was a few days ago. I'm sure this will change to Thanksgiving. But right here, again, there are four main things you can create. You can make a video. You can create a graphic. You can build a web page. You can also build a presentation. Okay. And many ways to do the same thing. So all roads lead to Rome. Okay, so clicking on those buttons allows you to do that. If I scroll down again, I create a poster, a video, a web page, a presentation, and do these other stuff to do a drawing as well. Infographic, which is pretty much a poster as well. If you keep scrolling, you get access to quick actions. Oh my goodness, we love our quick actions. If you ever need to edit a PDF, like if you don't have access to Adobe Acrobat and you need to edit a PDF, you can do that through quick actions. If I hit view all, there's a whole bunch of them. Right here, edit PDF, upload a PDF, change the text, delete the text, move images. You can do that straight from quick actions. We love it. Another fun one that I love is this caption video. If you ever watch TikTok or Instagram and you see the videos with the dynamic captions, kind of pulls you into the video. And there's a statistic out there that our current generation, our students, Gen Alpha, Gen Z, they prefer to watch content with captions. It allows them to focus on it. You can create caption videos with a click of a button. All you got to do is upload your video and it does it for you. The AI picks up the audio and makes the captions for you. And we have other stuff here like generate image and generate text effects, which can also be done in the Adobe editor. All right. And more. There's just so much more. Templates for your content area. Again, if I click on these, you have different specific content area templates. But again, these are adaptable to any subject. And we'll see in a second. We'll talk about guided activities later. And it just goes on and on and on. All roads lead to Rome. If I click on this button right here, okay, right here allows, again, the same thing. You get the same thing. I can create a poster, a video, a web page, a presentation, etc. So, and you can upload media. You can also upload a PDF right here, and then you'll be able to edit that PDF. Is there a limit to the number of images a student can generate? So they have the same access that we do, and people in the back end, John or and you can let me know that I believe they don't have it. They don't have a limit. You're allowed to create constantly within the platform, since you have access to the Adobe Express for Education. Okay. All right. Great question. Great question. And we'll kind of test that parameter in a second, because I'm going to be creating some images, quite a few, and we'll see. We've got brands. You're welcome, Michael. Great question. We've got brands as well. Let's say you are the type of teacher, educator who has a specific font that you use for your students. Like for me, Lexend is a great font for accessibility, very easy to read for students, Lexend. So I would put that in my brand. Or if you have colors that you use, a mood board in your classroom, or maybe your school colors, or maybe a class logo that you're going to create newsletters and you want it to be consistent, you can create your brand here. We're going to spend some time on templates because we love some templates here. So many different templates. And I'm going to focus here on subject. So all of these here, let's say, for example, if I do social studies, these are all social studies templates. And if any of these, I can edit. I can change the text. I can change the picture. I can change the color. So let's look at this one, for example, Historical Time Traveler's Journal, right? So I think, I like this template. How can I adapt this to science, for example? And it looks like here it says, if I click on it, what I see, what I hear, what I feel. Maybe I can, it's like a Dear Diary. Maybe I can do, if I'm teaching biomes, right? The tundra, what I see, what I hear, what I feel. Okay, so a lot of these templates they go cross-curricular. So ways in which you can leverage the power of what you see on the screen and turn it into your content area. Okay, I can customize this template again, change font, change the style, but this is a way for you all to get inspired by the designs that are here. I could even do a direct search here. So let's say if I want to create like a Venn diagram, for example, let's see, 21,000 plus Venn diagrams that you can use. So whatever fits your style, whatever you think your students will be able to interact the easiest, right? And let's say you find one that you like. Ooh, that's a fun one. You can favorite it. And it's going to live in a section called Your Stuff. All right. So I forgot to mention Your Stuff. This is a way to get organized with your creations. Everything gets saved automatically to the cloud. You don't have to hit a save button, and it all lives in a folder called Your Stuff. My favorites live right here. So if I find a template that I'm going to use constantly, I'm going to find it here under favorites. So templates is a great way for you all to get inspired. All right. And let's say, for example, there's a template out there that you say, I can't find the specific template. I kind of have an idea, but I don't see it here. You can generate your own template using AI, which I'll show you in just a second. All right. I know I'm talking very fast, right? Well, it's okay. I mean, hopefully it's okay. Because you can learn outside of this hour that I have with you on any topic within Adobe Express. If you want to learn more about videos, right here, videos, you can watch a short tutorial on specific things like adding effects or filters, you name it, okay? We also have one for generative AI, like how to use text effects, okay? And we also have access to guided activities, which I will show you in just a second how those work. You and your students have access to this panel. So you're all going to see the same things, your students and yourself. The only thing different is, as an educator, you also have access to more resources called educator resources, and you can find them here. Again, guided activities for every subject. All right, templates that you can use, challenges that you can use, more PD offerings. If you take these sessions, you can get a badge afterwards. Okay. All right. So to clarify, yes. All right. Thank you for answering that question. To be specific, you do have a specific amount of credits to use per month. We think it's about 150 credits per month. Okay, which is a lot. It's quite a bit. So students have 250 credits for generative AI creation. Perfect. And, it's good to know, like, if you can let your students know that. It's like, okay, before you just hit enter, I want you to think carefully about your prompt. And since we're talking about prompts, let's talk about this right here, this resource, if you click on this link right here, there is a page of like different types of prompts that you can use and how you can state them to get exactly what you're looking for. So that resource is here, great resource that you can share with your students. But again, they know they have that 250 limit. When you clarify what you're trying to create, think through the process first before you hit enter, right? So that's good. I'm glad we were able to get the answer for that. I learned something there. Perfect. Okay, so let's look at a guided activity. And this is a great way to get your students ready for Adobe Express. And you can find guided activities within Learn. And I'm going to do one here. There's a whole bunch of them on generative AI, or guided activities for generative AI. There's one right here. There's one right there. Where's the one that I like? Alter ego. Okay, it's not really content specific, but it's a great way to get that started. But I just want to show you what a guided activity looks like. So if I click on the guided activity, or if your students click on the guided activity, and this screen pops up. This is our Adobe Express editor. On the right-hand side is this menu, and there's a video that they can watch, and it tells them exactly how to complete this activity. When I hit get started, right here, if I hover over certain bold text, notice, look, it tells me exactly where to click. So if I click over here, okay, select the text layer for effects. I did this earlier. Okay. Oops, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. It should hover over text to image somewhere. There you go. It tells you exactly where to click for text effects. So select your text, generate text effects right there. So it's very helpful for students and for teachers if you are trying to use the platform for the first time, okay? So that's an example of a guided activity. It guides you basically through the activity, but you don't need that right now because I am your guide. I am going to show you all the things. Okay, here we go. Back to our presentation. All right, so here are the things that you can do currently in Adobe Express with generative AI. You can generate a template. You can generate text effects. You can generate an image, text to image. You can insert and remove objects from an image. Pretty soon, you'll be able to generate coloring pages. I'm excited about that one for my 4-year-old. And there's also, I noticed, they also have a way to change the tone of text within your creation, within your projects. So it's evolving and it's getting better and better each day. The offerings that they have with generative AI. All right. So let's look at generate template. Okay. So let's say, for example, there is a specific template that I'm looking for. Maybe for me, I did a lot of project-based learning, and I just needed a template for a science fair event that we were going to do. So let's just say, for example, this is my project. Okay, let me refresh this page. Okay. On the left side, right here, we have templates. Okay. If I click on templates, there's an option for me to generate a template. So here I am within an Adobe Express project. And notice I didn't see templates earlier, so I had to refresh the page. Okay. It scared me the other day. It's like, where'd it go? But refreshing the page, templates appeared, and I can generate a template. So it's going to cover this up. That's okay. I'm not using this anyways. So I'm going to generate a template. And now here I have a prompt. So let's say, for example, I'm going to do an event in my class. Maybe it's a poster for culture night, maybe. Let's see. And then we can generate. And now it's creating. Oh, they won't me use certain words. Let's see. Let me do this one. A poster for a science fair about ecosystems. Let's try this. Generate. See, those are the AI guardrails that I was talking about. There was a word in there that it did not want to search for. Maybe culture night is a proper noun, maybe. Let's see. A poster for a science fair about ecosystems. And it's going to generate a poster for me. And drum roll. It's assembling templates, like assembling the Avengers. We're almost there. It's thinking. Not the best prompt, right? But let's see what it produces for me. There you go. Okay, okay. I'm liking. Ooh, some of these are kind of out there. Look at that one. Now let's say any of these I can click on and I can edit. So it has a text for me. It's created the image in the back for me, but I can generate more results. Again, um, the process of creating um, with prompts is the iterative process. So we do it again, okay, within our 250 prompt limit, right? But any of these, if I click on it, it's going to open it up in Adobe Express and I can edit it. For example, like so. If I click on this, your template is loading. And now I can edit any part of this image. Okay, the text, the image, reformat. Okay, so that's there. You have access to generate templates. So have fun with that one. All right, so I'm going to go back home. To go back home, we click on this A, and now I'm back in my home page. All right. So let's look at something that's more content specific. So if I go back to my presentation, we're going to use a feature called Generate Text Effects. So what we have here, we have a vocabulary term, and we use text effects to change the texture, add design to the text to match our vocabulary term. All right. And we're going to level this up with video as well in just a second. So let's get to it. I'm going to start a blank project, going back home. Let's go back home, starting a new project, hitting this plus sign. And I'm going to create, let's just do a landscape size right here. That's a great question. Can you make logos? I believe there's a quick action for that. I could be wrong, but we'll check on that in a second. But I believe there's a quick action. But you can also use text to image to generate a logo design, which I'll show you in just a second. Coming soon. Here we go. So right now there's nothing on this page. So it says coming soon. So there's no edit panel. And what I'm going to do is add my text first. And we are going to make a vocab poster with text effects for the word cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. And for text effects, I typically choose a font that is a little bit more bold, more bubbly, like maybe this one right here. We love our Bungie. Okay. And I can resize the text just by dragging and resizing this box. So now I have cytoplasm really big. Okay. And to use text effects, I have my text selected right here. Okay. And if I scroll down, I have a generative AI feature called Generate Text Effects. So here now as a student, okay, cytoplasm, what does it look like? How can I describe this in a prompt? So I'm going to just say, ooey gooey purple gel. And we're going to generate a text effect. And I can decide, do I want it the medium, loose? I kind of also like the style of embellish because then it kind of spills outside of the font. And let's hit generate and see. There you go. There's my cytoplasm using text effects. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. All right. So there it is. And what else? How can we elevate this image? We can add a background. So I'm going to go under elements, and you have a section here called backgrounds. All of the assets that you see here, the pictures, the videos, the sound, you can use because you have access to Adobe stock footage. So I'm going to do animal cells. And let's see, let's find one that doesn't. Okay, let's do this one. See the nucleus in the middle. Okay, there's my background, but let's change the opacity a bit because it kind of is blending with my text. So here I'm changing the opacity. And notice how user-friendly the platform is. Whatever I click on, I get this edit panel. And that's what you can do with that object. So here I want to change the opacity, make it a little bit more dull. Okay. But that's not all. I want to include a description of what cytoplasm is. So I'm going to click on text. And then I'm going to add text. I'm going to paste it here. Your hotkeys work. Command C, Command V, or Control C, Control V. All right, that's a little big there. So let's change the font size to like maybe 36. Oops, no, because I had it selected. Let's do this again. Let's do maybe 30. Let's do 36. Oh, nope. Undo, undo. Let's change this to maybe 44. Okay. Or I can resize doing this. I forget I can do that. That makes it a little bit better. Okay. My favorite font, let's see if it's in here. I believe it's here. Montserrat is an easy font to read in terms of accessibility. Also, if Lexan is down here somewhere. For accessibility sakes, maybe not. Okay, it's not on here. I don't have it downloaded. Okay. All right. What else can we do? If I click on the text, if I scroll down, let's add a shape behind the text to make it, stand out a little bit more. And we have all these options. Let's do this. Okay. So there's my little vocabulary term with definition. And what we can do is I'm not a big fan of this color in the back. So let's change that. No need to be nitpicky about it, Deej. Daryl. Here you go. Shape fill. And they provide you recommended colors. Let's do this one. That's a good one. Okay. All right. So there it is. So let's elevate this more. I told you I'd talk about videos, right? And within Adobe Express, we have a feature called Animate from Audio, which we love. So right now we're looking at an image. Okay. To turn an image into a video, all we have to do is add audio to it. Or if we animate certain things, it turns it into a video. Let's give this a name. That's if you've seen my Google Drive or your stuff, we have a bunch of untitled files. So it's good to give it a name. And to do that, I just clicked up here and wrote the name. Okay, so let's do this. Let's elevate this and add a video to it. So I'm going to go hit media. And then if I select audio, I can record a voiceover. So this is leveling up student creation. Now your students are explaining what cytoplasm is. They're not just reading what's on the screen. You want them to explain what it is, where is it located, what does it do, okay? So they can easily record a voiceover by clicking on this button. But let's make it fun for them. Let's make it fun for you because you're the one that's watching these, right? There's this feature called Animate Character. It's also found on the front page of Adobe Express. So if I click on Animate Character, I have a list there's a bunch of them, and they update this pretty frequently. The last time I saw this, these characters are new. Actually, all these characters are new. Like about a month ago, it stopped at Bionic Kid, but now they have all these other characters. A question we get a lot is, can I upload my own character? Not yet. Hopefully, you'll be able to upload your own character. But my favorite character is down here somewhere. Steve. That's my favorite character. It's my spirit animal right there. He reminds me of a character from Inside Out. All he wears is a scarf. All right, so I have my character with Animate from Audio. As you speak, it's going to animate this character, okay? So I'm going to hit enhanced speech. When your students are creating, if you're side by side, you want enhanced speech because it's going to pick up specifically the person closest to the microphone, okay? So I'm going to hit record. All right. Cytoplasm is like a gel that holds organelles together, which can be found in both animal cells and plant cells. Okay, as an example, 2 minutes is the time limit, which is just perfect. You don't need anything longer than that. I know Flip had a time limit as well. But here we are. Our students are creating these videos, okay, creating the content. And now they'll be able to share this to you or your class or to their classmates very easily, depending on what learning management system that you use. So right now it's doing its thing. It's mapping my voice with the movement of the mouth. And now we have ourselves a Oscar-worthy Pixar movie in just a second. Here we go. Let's see, drum roll. It takes a bit. It's doing a lot of stuff. Side note, I watched a movie called The Wild Robot this past weekend. I don't know if anyone's seen the movie, but I watched it. My daughter and my wife, we all watched it, and we were all bawling at the end of it. Such a great movie. So here you go, computing lip sync. And then I may need to, you know what, while this is doing, I'm going to share my tab audio. Let's see. This is way. John, I'm going to do a little switch really quick, okay? I'm going to do tab audio so they can hear this. Stand by. Tab audio. Is it this one? It's, which one is it? This one. Here you go. Sharing. Okay. I think we're good. All right. Man, John, you were on top of it. So here's my character on top of my generative text AI. All right. So I'm going to hit play. Let me know if you can hear this. Cytoplasm is like a gel that holds organelles together, which can be found in both animal cells and plant cells. Can you all hear that? Did you hear that? How fun is that? Okay, so we're using different modalities to showcase our knowledge, right? So I use text to image, text effects to give my text some pizzazz, learning about prompting, and then I have my definition, and I leveled it up with a video. And how do we share this? Okay, there are multiple ways we can share this. Let's say the student is complete. If I hit share, okay, if I hit share, I can copy the link and then as a view on a link, and then whoever has the link can watch it, right? I can download it as an MP4 and share it that way as well. So there are multiple ways to do it. And I forgot to mention, man, there is no other video, image, web page creator out there that allows you to collaborate so seamlessly with other people. So this can be like a group project, for example. You have one student doing the text effects, you have another student doing the video, and they all can collaborate on the same one. So maybe you have multiple pages, you add a second page, you're going to do cytoplasm, you're going to do mitochondria, you're going to do endoplasmic reticulum, right? So they can do that all within the same file. Let me show you another AI feature, the power to translate. Okay, making things more accessible, especially if you're making like newsletters for your parents, generating templates with newsletters, posters, etc. You can use this translate with a click of a button. I can translate my image or video now into all of these different languages. So let's try some. We'll translate to Filipino. Let's do French. Let's see, Korean, Portuguese. Let's do Spanish. I've selected 5 different languages, and let's hit translate. Again, this is the power of AI. It's translating all the text on my screen. Okay, here we go. Now I have 6 versions of the same project. Oh, it even did my text effects in a different language too. Cytoplasma. Okay. And there you go. You can see the description has changed. It's not going to change the audio though. Just FYI. It's not going to change the audio. It's just changing the text that's on the screen. Yeah. How's that? Pretty cool. Pretty nifty. All right. Ooh, how am I on time? Oh my goodness. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm having fun. I hope you are too, because I got a few more things I wanted to showcase right here. Okay, here we go. You did text effects. Okay, here's text to image. Here are some content area specific examples here. This one's an idiom. Don't cry over spilled milk. They use generative AI to make this image. Here's a good one for math. Okay, it helps students with word problems. If they can visualize the problem, it helps them solve the problem a little bit more. So this example, they have the word problem here, and they create a text image that matches that word problem. Now, we didn't just take this word problem and as a prompt. We actually had to generate a prompt to create that. And then here's one on homophones. Moose. So again, I was a science teacher, so I'm going to show you a science example that we can do. And I used to do a lot of project-based learning, so I wanted students to come up with solutions to a problem that we are situated with here. And I did a lot on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So students had to create a prototype, right? Oh, I am sharing the wrong tab, aren't I? Hold on. I forget. I had to switch back. Good to know. Stop screen. Let's see. Share screen. Stand by. And let me go back and you can see those images really quick. My apologies. Here you go. There's that idiom example. Here's the math word problem example right there. And here's one on homophones. Okay. So we're going to use text to image to create a prototype. So I had my students prototyping. They used to use a tool called Tinkercad. There was some learning. There's a learning curve behind that tool. But man, if they had access to this, I would have been like, this is amazing. And it would have blown their mind. So here I have a blank project and we're going to generate an image. Okay. So they're creating a prototype that would solve the issue of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, just a bunch of plastic and garbage in the ocean. And here I have my prototype prompt. I'm just going to copy it and paste it here. Again, it's pretty long. And the more concise we are about our prompts, the better generation, hopefully, that we get. I'm going to change the style. Let's do auto. And we're going to generate and see what we got. We get. So emphasis on it's a robot, a buoyant donut-shaped machine with a metallic body and solar panels on top for energy. It features extendable mechanical arms with nets to capture and sort small plastic debris. Okay, so what do we get? We got a few things here. And then we can select ones that, okay, that's pretty cool. I like that. But we're not exactly done with it, right? So, my students like, okay, they're just going to type in the prompt and get the answer. So we're going to use another text, another generative AI feature called insert and remove object. So again, how did I do this? This can be found under media, under generate image. Okay, right there. That's how I made that image. I hit generate image, and then I selected the image size, and I typed my prompt in. But we can do more with this image. Okay, now it's an image in Adobe Express. And notice if I click on it, I get this formatting bar right here. I can remove the background, erase things, remove object, insert objects. So I did mention that there were mechanical arms, and I don't see that in this picture. So I'm going to hit insert object, and I'm going to paint, like, let's say on the side here. I want to actually, let's see, in here, and here, and maybe here. A mechanical metal arm, I guess mechanical assumes it's metal, collecting garbage. All right. Not the best prompt. We want to be a little bit more descriptive with our prompt. So here we go. We're generating results. Let's see what we get. Okay, what afters do we have? Not the best. Let's generate more. Let's see what happens. You might not like the position in which I drew those circles. I did this earlier, and I got something. Let's see. I have a sound effect for this. Hold on, let's try one more time. I'm going to paint it here, just one. I'm giving it too much. Here we go. All right, let's see what it does for me. The iterative process. Here we go. Okay, kind of small, but it's there. Oh, that's cool. That's even better. I like that one. So we'll keep that one. Okay. So students can have fun with that. Maybe go here and like, hey, I asked for solar panels, but I don't see it. Then I can insert objects as well. Okay. So that is one way. I've seen this text image being used in students creating stories. If they're creating stories, then they have images that match their story that they're creating. Another example would be, let's see, I had, let's see, where's my slide with all those different examples. So I have other examples too here. This is pretty cool using insert and remove objects. You've all seen this picture before, but do you notice something different with this picture? Okay. Were there laptops back in the day? Right. So we use that image. This is the original image, and we use insert object to replace those objects with laptops. Okay. One of our team members did that. Lori, she created one of those using insert and remove objects. Okay. That is all a feature within Adobe Express. So we did talk about videos. Works with your go-to lessons and curriculums, have students create their reflections, reports, and presentations. And I showed you an example using Animate from Audio, okay? You can easily create videos from scratch as well. So in terms of content area, here I am at the home page. And if I go to templates and you want students, or if you want a video template that you can just edit on the fly really easily, you can do that, okay? So right here, we go to, I'll hit on that. I'll show you where that button is. If we go to output, we can go to video here. And these are all different videos that you can use. And I can even sort it by subject level. Okay, like math. So if I click on that, I can edit it and change it up. All right. So their students are not limited to Animate from Audio. Okay. So the question is, how do you assign in Google Classroom? So when you create a project, let's say that I'm done with this project. If I hit assign, share, it's right here, share. There's a button here for Google Classroom. And I believe also there is an add-on that your admin can set up. I don't know if y'all have that set up, Kathy, where teachers have access to that in Google Classroom, where they can hit that button and do it that way as well. Okay. So when you create your content, if you want, like, let's say a template, for example, because you can make a template and have students utilize that template. And then if you share that link, then they'll be able to manipulate exactly that template. It makes a copy for them. Okay. But you can find that Classroom button right here when you hit share. Okay. Hopefully that answers that question. Okay. Let's see. Anything else in terms of generative AI? I talked about that. I want to make sure I give you enough time to fill out the form and the badge form so you get your badge as well. Okay. Awesome. So you do have access to that add-on within Google Classroom. Okay. Okay, dokie. So let's go back to the presentation. We talked about video. I was able to throw that in really quickly. More examples for animate characters. Now it's time for a badge and evaluation, so I can give Kathy some time at the end for their housekeeping. All right. Okay. Again, you have access to this presentation. There's a lot that we went over today, a whole bunch. Different templates as well for different lessons. Here's a collection of different subject areas as well. And there's a community on Facebook if you want to get more information. They do like weekly, I believe, videos about the tool. Now, this is where I'll need you all to go. If you go back to your web page, and I'll put the link back on the screen here. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Let's go back to the front. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. There it is. There's the link, fry.tech/AI-adobe.pb1. I want to make sure you all have the opportunity to earn your badges for being here today. And we go back to here. So you can find that link. So you did the earlier check-in form. If you scroll all the way down, there is a enroll EDX course form that you'll fill out, and you'll get a badge. So if you click on that, you'll have access to this screen. You'll hit enroll now. Now, click on here. Don't click here. It makes it look like, hey, that's where you want to click. But if you go here, generative AI in the classroom, and you hit next right here, you'll earn a badge. You should see confetti, the best type of confetti, the type of the confetti you don't have to pick up. You don't have to pick up. All right. And right in the middle there is a course survey. We would love for you all to fill that out. So we have so we have some insight on how we can improve the session. Again, yes. Wow, that was a lot in an hour. Hopefully, you got something there. Feeling motivated to utilize this tool in the classroom, both you and your students. I like to emphasize those guided activities are really helpful for students, especially if they're using the tool for the first time. So I can't wait to see what you all create. So thank you all for having me.
No, thank you for joining us, and you're always welcome here in Palm Beach. We hope you can
You.
join us for future trainings. We loved
Yeah,
it.
of course.
So for those of you, I know there were some issues with e-learning and getting your in-service points. You should be able to access Module 2 is the actual implementation. So by completing then uploading your implementation, that's how you will be eligible for in-service points. So if you would like those points, it's 2 points for the training. Please go ahead. Make sure that you're enrolling in that course. Any of the courses that we're offering, we also have some asynchronous courses posted there as well. And we still have a couple more. We're going to power through the day. We still have some Khan Academy, Khanmigo, and then we have Canva at 2:30. So we'd love for you guys to join us for any of those trainings if you have room in your schedule. If not, if you like and subscribe, these trainings will be posted on the EdTech YouTube site. There's some links in the chat. You can sign up for the mailing list. We'd love to be able to blast you with all these trainings to get the VIP experience. It's like a personal invite to these trainings. Follow us on X, and you can also visit our training website. And that's also where we will be posting these videos there as well for you, as well as some kind of supplemental information about any of the apps. We do have our technology conference. We would love for any of you, if you are using some of these tools, especially Adobe Express, like Daryl said, we'd love to see what you're creating. If you feel like you want to be able to share what you're creating with other teachers in the district, we'd love you to submit a proposal so that you can present at the tech conference. We'd love to see you there at Dr. Joaquin Garcia High School in the spring. And then just thank you from the EdTech team. This is all of us in EdTech. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or would like further training, maybe a deeper dive into any of the trainings that we've done, whether it's today or trainings that we've done in the past. So thank you guys so much for joining us and enjoy the rest of your day.